Hey everybody, John the Other here, obviously. And this is just a custom intro I'm recording for the YouTube version of this video to let you know that should my channel become lost or misplaced or slip underneath the cushions of the chaise lounge or accidentally deleted by a YouTube administrator, this video and everything else I record and post going forward will also be able to be found on my minds.com channel, which I'll put a link to in the low bar. And that said, let's get on with the video. Hey everybody, John the Other here, obviously. Yesterday, I saw an ad online for Converse running shoes featuring an underage transgender child whose name I think is Desmond and who performs as a drag queen or a transgender public personality whose name is Lactatia or Lacacia or something like that. Anyway, I'm not enough of a follower to know the details, although I do know that this kid is prepubescent, underage, has been a drag queen or transgender personality for at least a few years and has performed in adult sexualized sex performers and so on, which a lot of people, not excluding myself, think is pretty severely inappropriate and destructive to the formation of the psyche of an underage child. But I'm not the parent, and so I'm not here to indulge in online outrage. Instead, I have a question. The question is it appropriate? Is it good? Should we endorse and support and facilitate the sterilization of prepubescent children when they manifest that they want to be transgender? When they say you have a little boy and you think it's a little boy and they've got little boy genitalia and they've got XY chromosomes, and the little boy says, not only do I want to be a girl, I in fact am one. This is like a 8 or a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old, like prepubescent. Should we as a society facilitate and endorse the sexual sterilization of such a child? And it goes the other way too. A little girl and it's a child. And very often children have a sort of, there's a bit of a blurring between their fantasy and their reality. Should we chemically castrate them, sterilize them, make it so that they are unable to form a family of their own? And I'm not going to weigh in on whether we should do that. I'm asking the question. And a lot of people are going to get really angry at me and say, what you're suggesting, John, is monstrous. You can't sterilize people because you disagree with them. And that's not actually what I'm pushing. When we're looking at children who have either gender dysphoria or maybe fantasy confusion, and I'm not going to weigh in on what I think it is because I think it's very different in every single case, but is it appropriate that we as a society facilitate and push for their sterilization so that they cannot have children of their own or form a family later? That's the question. We know from the statistical data that people who follow the path of transgender transition, we know that the outcomes for those people include a radical, profound increase in the likelihood of suicide. They live shorter lives, not just because the hormones mess with their bodies, the hormone treatments physically destructive impact on their lives, they also kill themselves. So is it appropriate? That's the question I'm asking today. Is it appropriate to sterilize children who announce themselves as transgender? And if we decide that it is appropriate to sterilize them, to make it so that they can't have their own children, then the LGBT activists pushing for transitioning children as soon as they announce that they're transgender, or even convincing them that they are, and then transition them with chemical treatments, with hormone treatments, if we decide it's correct and appropriate to sterilize these children, then the LGBT activists are 100% right, and we should just listen to them and do what they say. Thanks very much for listening, and have a lovely, lovely day.